Hello and welcome to essentially day one here of the barn build. We've done a lot of things. We've done a lot of planning. You can see the flags and the stakes back here. We've got permits all taken care of. All those things are done, but we haven't really started doing much else past that. We have our auger bit for drilling our holes ready to go. We borrowed a tractor with a drill on it, so that's ready to go. We've got, let me show you around the barn here real quick. So right now we are walking up to the big door. We're gonna have a big giant 24-foot wide 14-foot high door right here. This will be inside. You can see that stake right there in the corner, and it's probably hard to see on the camera. That'll be one corner, that'll be another corner. That stake right there will be another inside corner, and right here will be an inside corner. And then this section right out here, this will be a covered parking area. So we got a spot for a truck, a couple tractors out here, those kinds of things. This will be 14 feet high here, and it will be 18 feet high in the main section of the barn, so that we have height for our gantry. Right now, this morning, we are going to turn our attention over here to this section, and we're going to pull all the grass out of this area, do a nice wide swath. We'll make this a little bit deeper so it can take some more traffic. That's why we got this nice big rock put in here. We'll do that, and then we'll be able to dump all of the crushed rock, the small crushed rock, on top of that. And that'll be all good to go. And we can use that to scoop rock from to do all of our posts. So that's the plan here. We'll get some equipment warmed up and we'll get to it. Well, it's not going quite as we'd hoped. I'll show you a section that more like what we anticipated here. So we got the roadway, we got some gravel that spilled off the roadway, and then we got some dirt that we can dig down. We can put our big quarry rock in here, and then more gravel on top. That's not very deep, but then again, if you look at this road, you probably can't tell from here, it's sloping this way, and we'd like to build it up a little bit. So, you know, we're looking at 8-9 inches there. So we build that up a little bit, that'll be all right. However, everything else looks like this, with these just huge rocks, right? I mean, that's 9 by 6. You know, something like this that's fairly flat, we can toss that in with the other rock and it'll be good to go. But this kind of stuff is not, you know, these aren't going to pack well. So that's hard. It's also incredibly hard to dig anything out without just pulling a whole bunch of rocks and throwing them into our spoils pile, which we were hoping to use this dirt to fill in low spots in the yard and places like that, but I don't want to spread these rocks all over the yard and be digging with them, dealing with them forever. So might be time to get all the kids over here to pick some rocks. Anyway, all right, here we go. I'm gonna jump back in the machine. Well, we started getting too big of piles, so we're gonna use the Dodge here to push them a little bit. Don't have a ton of experience on this tractor. I've only put 15 hours on it, so see how it goes. But yeah, we got some good weight. We don't have filled wheels or anything like that, so we don't have as much weight as we could, but we'll see how she pushes. might be able to go up a bit. We'll get back over here, just some scoops now. Well, first load of lumber's arrived. Got it right there. However, we found out just how soft our soft spot is over here. And the simple answer is, here, we'll drive up here by this. The simple answer is really, really soft. Good morning again. We got some more rock delivered this morning first thing. The fog just broke. It was nasty cold foggy out here. Still see a little on the breath, but yeah, this is our mess this morning. So I know when I drill down to set these posts, we're going to be getting a whole bunch of this big river rock coming up. And I don't want that on top of the grass because we're going to remove all the grass out of here. And so mixing all that together just means that I then have piles of sod and decent soil full of big rocks. So we're trying to basically, here's our mark. So we're just trying to get a spot for all those spoils to go as we drill these holes. So kind of went around the outside perimeter here, made a loop, left a little spot in and out. The reason I'm not just taking all of this off to start with and then working is this soil is that amazing sticky stuff. As soon as it gets wet, it'll start sticking to your boots and you'll have a whole pile and be walking 4 inches taller in no time at all. So if I take all that off and then we get more moisture or rain like we're supposed to this weekend, walking out here will be real challenging. There's some of those rocks right there. We just have, it's just right, some of these spots it's just right under the surface. So forget how that's going. I only have 2 more to do, which are those 2 posts back there. So I'm gonna finish that up, and we'll leave a few of these little grass paths to walk through and stuff, but I'm gonna finish that up, and then we're going to get on to drilling a hole, I think. All right, I didn't have anyone out here to hold the camera while I started with the auger here. We borrowed this tractor because it has the skid steer mount that the auger runs on. Rented a big 24-inch auger because we're looking for 24-inch holes. Problem number 1, we're gonna get down here low. Problem number 1 is these holes are coming out at more than 30 inches. The problem with that is we're going to use a ton more concrete for the base and a ton more gravel to fill those up. My initial gut reaction was to go with an 18-inch auger bits. My kids are over here chopping metal. Don't chop metal. 18-inch auger bits, knowing the hole would be a little bit bigger, would get us into the 2022 range that we needed to be. They kept telling me, no, I got to get 24. So we got the 24. We waited 2 days to get the 24, and that is way too big. So problem 1. Problem 2 is vastly bigger. So we have drilled down, grab my shovel here, we have drilled down 4.5 feet. But if I drop this shovel in, it stops right there, which is nowhere close to 4.5 feet. We have a whole bunch of incredibly soft material down there, more than 12 inches worth, but it's so wet it slips off the auger bit and won't come out. Like it just slipped off the shovel. I had a whole scoop full there, and by the time you get the shovel out, it's all gone. It all just falls right off. If we can't get that out, we can't build this building, because we're going to have such bad settling, because we won't be able to get the concrete punch pad to firm ground. That's where we're at. So plan now is to take our pump and our big giant hose and see if we can get this water sucked down tight enough that we can get that material pulled with the auger bit. If that's the case, then I'm probably going to go get the smaller auger after they special ordered this one in for me, and try to do that. Also, obviously I did not cut the grass back nearly far enough for the stuff shaking out, because I was like, oh, I can just put it to the side, but I'm on a tractor, not an excavator. I can't swing sideways. I can only go forward and backwards. So yeah, that didn't work either. Yeah, we'll have to see if we can drive down the row on these or do something different. So anyway, let's try a pump. All right, so this is a really big hose for this, but I don't have anything smaller other than a garden hose, so let's see what we can do.
Is this going to shock me?
No, plug it. It's not going to shock you. Plug it in. Yeah. Okay, so the rock that stopped our pump here, oddly enough, is an agate, right? Nice golden brown, wow. Clear.
That's pretty.
That's really funny that I found an agate by sucking it up with a pump after 3 days worth of work to get to this point. Yeah. Cool. So to get the rocks, keep the rocks out, now we're trying to build a screen.
You can't see the screen.
Yeah. Something we found in the barn. No idea if it's gonna work. Here we go. Oh, that hose is heavy. Push it out as far as you can, Logan.
Okay, it's shooting water.
Apparently we got some holes in this pipe. That's just it's just to verify that you still got flow, you know, so. Update, it didn't work. So we sucked the water down as far as we could, which was to the top of the soil. Tried it with the auger. You saw it fell right off, nothing came out. So currently that means we have no ability to set the concrete in the bottom that we need for punch pads, so that the bottom of these things here don't just go into the dirt. We have an option. We have something to try. I won't say it yet because I don't know if it's going to work. If that doesn't work, then this project might be on hold for 5 months until the ground dries out, which would not be cool at all.